So I'm setting up a sacred space for some prayer time. Out here in the wilderness of Hillsborough River land management, where I like to come many, many miles. So we start off with some sacred tobacco. Sacred prayer. I'm using my new mic, which is a lapel mic. It's got a nice long cord. So finally I'll be getting good, proper sound. Haven't been impressing everyone with my sound quality, I'm sure. So I'm just in the flow of the moment. I didn't come to particularly give a message of any particular kind. It's more like just needing to get out and get into the nature. Usually I have my boots off, my feet in the dirt, but it is raining and thunderstorms, as you can hear. But it's been very gentle so far. We like it like that. And so I'm gonna use whatever all wood we got, whatever I could find. Standing deadwood. Rainy season, you got to get the standing deadwood where it snaps off the tree limbs, and that's what you got to have broken, and that's the only thing that's going to work, because otherwise it's too wet. When you start a sacred fire, you have to start with the driest stuff, which is the tiniest pieces, which is the toothpick size. Then you go up to pencil size, finger size. Very small. Big bundle of toothpick size, bundle of pencil size, bundle of finger size. All snapped off. Even if it's soaking wet, been raining, pouring, that is going to be dry if it snaps in your finger, in your hands. So you put that down along with the whatever kindling soft material you have, which could be this Spanish moss from the trees. If it's a dry one, and you crumple it up, or you find some cat tails that have already opened that are fluffy, or you find anything that's fluffy and dry, and like what they make birds' nests from, that dry grasses. If they crumple and they fall apart, you roll it in your hands, you make a bundle, and that'd be the first thing you start. And whether you're using a lighter or you're using a steel sparks, magnesium stick, we make the shavings, magnesium really flammable. Make that little, and then you get that steel and flint. It was flint stone. Make that spark, or you make use the two sticks together, which is I was trained in how to start a sacred fire with sticks. You take a bow, any kind of wood that's curved, and you put a string on it, or cordage. This could be the vines from the tree. You make a cord from it, and different materials. You can make that, and then you tie it, or you use a shoestring. If you're in the wilderness, you're lost, you're in a survival situation. and then you but you got to get some medium wood, which is not softwood, not hardwood, but medium, like a cedar. And you split it in two. You can use your knife and a big solid piece of wood, and that becomes like an axe. Cuts through, so you get a piece and you cut it. Get a flat bottom. You got to make a little dowel, and you're going to make a little handle, and you put it under your foot, and you wrap that bow with that string around there, and you start going like you're playing a fiddle, or like you're sawing a log, and you go after it. And trust me, you're going to be after it for a long time. Sometimes it starts right away, but sometimes it takes, people have worked hours for it before. So, a little more rain, so I'm going to cover my phone a little better. And I'm just showing you some wilderness knowledge. I have a piece of plastic here. I'm going to put my shirt over it. Now I'm going to put that plastic over that. So, and the rains, I don't even mind it raining on me. But if you love the wilderness, you know, you can go camping. Like one of my friends, Auntie, her name was Kira. She was Cherokee, but she said, I don't like camping. She's a big lady, big, strong, wise elder. But she said, she was from the city. And she's like, you know, I prefer to camp at the Hilton, if you don't mind. You guys do this, and I'm going to be over at the Hilton. And of course, she always came. She did come. She may not wanted to, but she came. So keep some of my stuff from getting too wet. So I'll probably make this a short video. If we're going to get some good rain, I might sing a song. Say, Great Spirit, Takashila, Wakantanka, Takashila, Wopila. Thank you for my chichega, my sacred drum. And I offer a little tobacco to it. May this drum, heartbeat of the nation, heartbeat of the family, heartbeat of the vision or the mission. So, hey ha ho hey ha ho hey ha ho hey. Hey ha ho hey ha ho hey ha ho hey. So to the four directions, east, south, west, north. Heavens above, Mother Earth. And offer this tobacco and put the rest of it in the fire. Hear my prayers, Great Spirit. All people be blessed. This is so I can carry it into the woods over my shoulder like a strap. Gotta love a gentle rain, you know. All these changes we're going through, all this massive upgrades, downloads, transformations. So easy to get ungrounded. It's so easy to feel dense. You know, we gotta cleanse. We gotta take them salt baths. We gotta clean our houses really good. We got to You know, get to the sacred lands and to the ocean and the beach and the salt water and the whatever it takes. Eat clean. Make sure you're eating and cleansing daily in some capacity. Keep everything moving, you know what I mean? Don't let everything get backed up. And that's when your health, you know. Sometimes people, they got bad attitudes and they, you know, not thinking right. And they end up getting themselves sick. A lot of times they get their bowels and their body backed up, you know, their lymph systems, all these different things, because they're not cleansing. They're not keeping their bodies pure. They're not keeping their spirits clean. They're not keeping their, you know, all their sacred aspects holy and pure, and in behalf of everyone and everything. I heard about that. I've been there. A lot of times when we go through an upgrade, we go through a massive cleanse. When I was first traveling on the road with Mary Thunder, you know, I was really good with the feminine side. My masculine side was my wounded side with my dad's, my brother, and different, just the way I was, just the way how, you know, some people are stronger in any different aspects, weaker in other aspects. And so I got with her and traveling, and I think we had started our relationship, and I was praying for, well, no, I think before that, but anyways, I just prayed for full healing on my male side. Now I prayed with the sacred pipe. I prayed with the holy instruments and the sacred path, the east, south, west, north, the heavens and the earth, all these sacred elements. It's very powerful, you can imagine, right? The ceremony's been done, sweat lodge been done the same way for thousands of years. So I pray for full healing on my male side, and everybody said, make sure you pray gentle. Later on, they said, make sure you play gentle. You gotta play gently. All these things happen, right? A few days later, within a week, I woke up with a boil under my arm. My right arm, of course, that's the male side, the right side, left side's female side. And this boil got half as big as a lemon. And it was there for a couple, 3 months, because we didn't believe in the doctor. We didn't believe in doctor. We only believed in Indian medicine at that time. We went to Mexico. We had this big trip. It just happened to have this trip going. And they tried to get me to stay, and I just wanted to go so bad. So I went. I hit with this thing under my arm. I remember, and I was sickly, but I had a good time. But they tried to lance it while I was there, and that just nothing but hurt. That thing wasn't ready. It had just nothing but hurt. So some people in Texas, there was this lady, it was an herbalist, her name was Ann Campbell, and they were giving me high doses of chaparral, which if you know anything about chaparral, it's very, very powerful healing herb, one of the strongest herbs in the world, or America anyways. It comes from the deserts of the Southwest and Texas, and it tastes hideous. That stuff tastes so unbelievably bad, but I would drink it, and they told me I was precancerous. So so we got back from Mexico, and I was getting a little better, but you know, that medicine was helping me. But so one night, in the middle of the night, yeah, Thunder night, we were in a relationship, because she woke up and I was so sick and sweating. I've been sweating every night, just fever, and it was so bad. And she prayed and prayed and prayed. You know, you got to help this young man. You got to help him. You know, he's really in. And she fell asleep, and she woke up And she told us in the morning, she woke up and there was this glowing light by the door. And it came over to the bed, and she swore it was like Jesus. It was an energy like Christ. She couldn't believe it. She just sat back on the bed, you know, sitting up, and I was still sleeping, and it came over and it leaned over me, and it just was there. And she said, obviously working on me. And so then when it was done, it left. And she swore it was one of those Christed beings. She was just in awe, because she could see energy, she could see spirits. You just didn't feel them. She saw them with her eyes. And so after as soon as it was over, all of a sudden I woke up and I was like, oh, my arm was itching so bad. I was like, what in the world? I ran in the bathroom, and I had tried this before, it never worked. And I squeezed my arm like this on that thing, and all of a sudden pus shot out. I mean, white pus. It was gross. And I grabbed this jar thing or whatever was there, and I swear I filled a half a cup of pus. And I was laughing and crying at the same time. I mean, we're going on 2-3 months of this stuff. And it was like unbelievable. And I came out of there, and right, that was that healing. And I had this open wound under my arm, which I still have a big scar. And it was the hole was open for another 6 weeks or something. And they were still taking the chaparral and some other herbs, and they would have me, droppers full, they would have me take the dropper and squeeze it right in the hole, and it would run all the way, I could feel it run all the way down my ribs, all the way down my side. Didn't hurt or anything, but so be careful what you ask for. Pray for gentle, easy, and effective. God's timing, you know, make it. So anyways, later on I realized that in order to step up to the vibration of my teacher wife, teacher mate at that time, she was sun dancer, and she'd been on the path for, you know, many, many years more than me to rise that vibration, that I had to have that cleansing on my male side. It's really powerful, you know, releasing all those toxins all at once and expanding my consciousness in a way, body, mind, spirit, and soul. So may all your healings be more gentle than that. Oh yeah. Thank you. May all people's healings be gentle. May they choose gentleness, ease, harmony, grace, understanding, wisdom. You know, why do you think I'm so gentle? Why do you think I always cover everything? Why do you think I always pray and, you know, try to have good thoughts and pay attention to my thoughts, pay attention to what's going on, the energies and my intuition and my feelings? Because, you know, spirit world, the spirit, we're powerful. And how are we gonna do things? You know? We want to use that I am presence, God consciousness, and having all those good thoughts. I am in harmony with all of nature. I am in peace with all of life. I am in balance, walk in balance on Mother Earth. I am in flow, non-judgmental to all humans. I am strong, courageous, balanced, faithful, confident in God, massively grateful, and choose radical forgiveness for all of my loved ones, meaning just full forgiveness on every level. Negative things come up and you want to move energies that are around you or within you or your thoughts and change things. And you could say, I dismantle on every level, every dimension, every timeline, imprint, tempted overlays. Emotional, mental, physical, spiritual. Subconscious, conscious, superconscious. Subconscious, conscious. We're dismantling all that doesn't work. All that doesn't serve. And then we go into the neutral point, which is the second step, which is still point, which is silent stillness, calm, neutral mind. Forgiving, grateful, centered, harmonious and balanced. Looking at the spaces between the thoughts, looking at the spaces between the clouds, between the leaves, feeling the wind coming, feeling the wind going, between the thunderclaps, the thunder rolls. And I just told on my last one, I just talked about rolling thunder. The medicine man. Maybe he's thinking about us. Never know. Sure. In the quantum oneness, of course, it is becoming rainy season here. So, you chant a little to go into that, quiet that mind. Home, boom, 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 home, boom, 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 home, boom, 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 home, boom, 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 home, boom, 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 home, boom, 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 home, boom, 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 home, boom, 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 home, 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 home. Ho 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 Ho, ho. Ho, ho. Ho, ho. And after we dismantle negative thoughts by catching them, being aware and catching them. The Ascended Master teachings say that if you don't catch those negative thoughts, they're going to stay. They're going to be stuck. If you put it out your mouth or you think it long enough, it's here for you in your creation, in your manifestation, in your quantum creatorship until you neutralize them, until you dismantle them, neutralize, and then you re-encode with super consciousness. I am present. God consciousness. Host of Ascended Master consciousness. Archangels. The Elohim. The cosmic light. And the great cosmic beings. Hey ha ho hey. Ho hey ho hey ha ho hey ha ho hey. Ho hey ho hey. Hey ha ho hey. Ho hey ho hey ha 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 ho hey. Hey oh hey. Hey oh hey. Hey oh hey. Hey ha ho hey ha ho hey ha ho hey. Hey ha ho hey ha ho hey ha ho hey. Hey ha ho hey ha ho hey ha ho hey. Hey ha ho hey ha ho hey ha ho hey oh hey oh hey. Hey oh hey. Hey oh hey. Hey oh hey. Hey ha ho hey ha ho hey ha ho hey. Hey ha ho hey ha ho hey ha ho hey. Hey ha ho 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 hey ho hey. Hey oh hey. Hey oh hey. Hey ho hey. Hey 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 oh hey. Hey oh hey oh hey oh hey. Way ho way ho way ho way. Way ho way ho way ho way. Way ho way ho way ho way ho way ho way ho way. Way ho 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 way ho. Way ho way ho way. Hey ho 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 hey. Hey. It's my drum. It's rawhide. It's cowhide. I didn't make the drum, but I did rehide it. A friend of mine helped me, and we did it together. But you can see the hoop is made out of, somebody painstakingly used cut the angles just right, so you can. They made this beautiful. The outside is round. The inside is all of these segments. I haven't counted them all. It's beautiful. So I was glad to get the sound just the way I like it, that deep shamanic sound. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. 18. 8 and 1 is a 9. 9 is completions of a cycle. 10 is a new cycle in the numerology. I'm gonna stoke my fire a little bit. Hey ha hoo, hey ha hoo, hey ha hoo, hey ha hey ha hey, hey ha hoo hey. So important to pay attention to our thoughts these days. Really important. More important than ever. And you know, the teachings say, Saint Germain, all the master teachers will tell you, and what you meditate on, you become. So what we're meditating on, what we focus on, what we think about repetitiously in our pattern rotating mind of things that we question or doubt or wonder about or worry. That worry is negative meditation. Worry is negative prayer, they say. So it's good to, you know, just pay attention to yourself more than ever. That's my ego. It's got an eagle standing on a tree branch with the thunderclouds and the sun. 4 levels: tree, eagle, thunder beings, and the sun. You know, watching our breathing. Notice every time you take a deep breath, they call it what? The sigh of relief. Whew, you just calm right down. It relaxes your autonomous nervous system and your central nervous system, your parasympathetic nervous systems, all of them. Fire does that for me, really relaxes me. Some people it's the water. People it's a walk in the fresh air, and some people it's being on the earth, working in their gardens and their yards and their lawns. They're all over important. Prayer and meditation that quiet the mind, quiet those thoughts. Watch some thoughts go by like clouds. You be the witness, be the observer. You're just watching things go by. Because what happens is when your mind, people say, well, why do you want to do all that? Because when the mind quiets down, the spirit takes over, the soul, the essence, the higher self, the I am presence, the spark of God that's in me. That when I connect to that, my I am presence, that my spark, my flame in my heart, my threefold flame activates. I become, you know, the fullness of who I am, that much more, in a massive way. It's really real. So, your meditation teachers, I think it was a T-shirt. Saw one time it said, "Your mother says don't just sit there, do something." Your meditation teacher says, "Don't do something, just sit there." So, it's like a kid when he's daydreaming. When he's staring and his eyes cross, things become blurry and double vision. Well, that's when the hemispheres of the brain are balancing, and you're going into this altered state of a beta, or you're going into alpha and theta states, which is the deep meditative mind, which is great to listen to when you're studying, your prayer time, even sleeping too. And when this hemisphere is balanced, the corpus callosum, the on top of the brain, which science doesn't know all that much about still, it activates. They've done the studies, and that the corpus callosum activates, and that's blending the 2 hemispheres of the brain, and that's one brain thinking. We're also dropping into the heart. The mind is kind of the masculine in a way. Thinking is left brain is more thinking. The heart is more right brain, which is the left side of the body, which is creative emotional, which is more connected to the feminine. So the mind and the heart come together through speech, through the throat, through So when the heart and mind are connected, and they talk about that peace pipe, the bowl of the feminine, the stem of the masculine. When you pray, you hold it to your heart and to your mind. Third eye, heart and mind connection. You know, the connection happens. The connection to the universe, to the Great Spirit, the door to heaven. That pipe they call the hotline to the heavens. But just that prayer, that coming together like that, the motion, they said the feeling. They say when you're making affirmations, I am in harmony with my life. I am abundant. I am peaceful. I am loving at all times. I'm forgiving. I'm grateful. I am aware on all levels of what's going on around me. I'm aware of what I'm thinking. And the masters say that 80% of the manifestation process is in the feeling world of your emotion, your passion about it. You would call it your desire, but it's more your, it's not a desire and as in wanting something, it's your desire and it's important. This is important for me and my family and for the world, and my prayers are important for the world. This destiny, this world is important. The divine plan fulfill. The masters and the angels, the archangels, Elohim, the cosmic beings, the great cosmic light. They're all aspects of the Creator and the Creator light within us and the heart of Mother Earth. Have had a divine plan in place for a long time to transform this world, as it's to flip into the Aquarian Age. It's to flip into the highest potential timeline ever. I've heard it said from the Native Americans and from the Ascended Master teachings that there's 49 planets. We have 49 planets in our in our universe or solar system, or maybe not solar system, but in the universe, and that they're all waiting to go through the sun. Now, I heard this in 1987 from the Native Americans, just recently from the read it in the Ascended Master teachings. So there's something to it. They said there's 49 planets waiting to go through the sun to the sun behind the sun, which is the fifth dimension, which is the higher consciousness and beyond. And there's one planet holding it up. You guessed it, Earth. And why? What is this all about? It's been that negativity. It's been holding us down. That's been controlling us. Been in this power position for so long. And that's why all the beings are here to help us. That's why our consciousness awaken. That's why we come back with our angelic aspects. The star seeds are here, the angelic beings that are the young ones now. They say many of them have never been to Earth before. A lot of people are old souls. They say they've never been here before. They're shocked when they, had to feel, as babies and children, feel what's really going on in this world. But they're here with mission. They're encoded with mission, more advanced DNA than we have. And that we were raised with, but it's all waking up for everybody now. So everything's waking up quantumly. It's not a linear, not going from A to Z to get there in a time frame. No, it's linear. It's without clocks. It's without time. It's expansiveness. It's a spiraling. The divine feminine is a spiraling. The quantum. It's all happening at once. Mental, physical, spiritual, multiple dimensions. Time is fluid. There is really no time. So that's why we stay in the now. We stay in the quantum now. We stay in the past does not exist. The future is not yet here. We live in the quantum now, and we empower everything now. And when we want to bring something into our life, we see it as already happened. It's already been, you're already with your mate. You're already abundant. You already got that new car, the home you need. The things that you not need, but that you would love to have. Because need is a need. If you say the word need, it's a neediness. So it's always out here. You're always having to grasp. chase it because it's a neediness. So you say, it'd be something I love to, and I'm grateful this is in the process coming into my life, or it's already in my life. I'm so grateful. And you see it that way in your meditation, of course. And so, you know, it's all these techniques, and all the wise ones have been using that for years. They say that the elites, which are, I call the degenerates, have been using this all along. How do you think they kept control and power and money? You know, they had all these secret teachings through the Masonics, through the, you know, the power and control, but they, you know, many of them used the dark side to get their power. They did all the same wisdom and knowledge teachings, but they used it through they took the negative power force. Why? Because it's more of a selfish. They think they're going to get it faster. They have more control. It's a me. It's I have the power. It's you know, domination over others. It's a selfish past. You know, the law of one raw material. There's teachings called the law of one. Look that up. It's masterful teachings that have been here from the Egyptians, from the Atlantean times, probably Lemurian times. They call it the law of one. And they say that there's two types of people on earth. There's the service to others beings and the service to self beings. So those are the two. And those are the two, you know, they call it polarities, but it's just aspects. But so I had this dream, and we have the humble heart. You know, that's just the way we are. Humble heart, believe in God. We don't need to have power or control over anything to get or to deceive, or, you know, the 7 deadly sins. You know, they say the heart is the center. From the heart up, upper chakras. Love, mercy, compassion, harmony, grace, gentleness, honesty, humor, you know, unity, teamwork. From the heart up. From the heart down, this is not judging the chakras, but Metatron, Archangel Metatron said that the war on earth has been waged through the lower chakras. And the lower chakras represent control, power, ego, lust, pride, envy, gluttony, sloth, selfishness, right? 7 deadly sins. You know, all this is in the Bible. Every culture teaches it. I'm covering my mic. It's raining a little bit steadier. And that's been used all through time. Well, how? Through, of course, sex. You know, survival chakra is the first chakra. The root chakra is survival and fear of money, loss, material. You know, your foundation, all the things that make your foundation. Listening to the beautiful birds over here. And the sacral chakra is your creativity, and your first chakra is, you know, this. In the traditional, we understand, it's red. Yeah, the Ascended Masters say it's white. Second chakra is the sacral chakra, which is creativity, but it's also the sexual chakra, which, and as we know, you know, sex has been distorted forever on this planet based on, you know, lust and the media, television, and everything's about, you know, feeding the lower chakras that way. And then the solar plexus, which is your power center, which is, so the second chakra is orange, red, orange, yellow, solar plexus. In the traditional Ascended Masters say it's, okay, so they say it's white, violet, the sacral, ruby is the solar plexus, rose is the heart, throat chakra is blue, beautiful blue, third eye is green, in the center of the brain, pineal pituitary, green, which is power of thought in their way, and the gold, which is a golden sun, gold of bright as the noonday sun, crown chakra coming down. The traditional, as we know, is red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, and violet. So they both work. But that solar plexus, is your power center, your solar center, right? Or your sun center. And it, that's, people want to take your power, that's where they try to tap. They try to hurt your feelings, or psychically, or that's, you feel things, I feel that in my gut, what are your gut feelings? Or, that's an emotional center, or, it makes me sick to my stomach. So it's connected to your emotions. That bird is right there chirping at me. So we raise it up to the heart. And there's a good exercise. You can also imagine you're from your heart down, you're in the earth, grounded, boom, like a grounding rod. Or you can see all the bottom 3 chakras as a certain color, like an earthy color. And then from the heart, so you breathe them up. Breathe the first 3 chakras to your heart, and then you just light them up. Heart, throat, third eye, crown, and don't forget the high heart, which is the thymus gland, called the high heart chakra. And then that's 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 chakras above the head. 1 under the feet is called the Earth Star chakra. It's 12 inches below, and the Soul Star is 12 inches above. Seems strange, but it's part of our aura. It's part of our energy field. Pay attention to all of them. Purify them. You can do an exercise for balancing your chakras. I learned from energy workers. Massage, what my mother actually taught it to me. So you touch your sacral and in the same place in the back. Can't see it on the camera, and then you wait for the energy, feel the energy to move. Then you leave that hand in the back and you put it up to the back of the head. Breathe, feel the energy go to your head, up your spine. Take it, still connected, both of them, to your third eye. Breathe, feel the energy come to the third eye. You can feel the energy move down to the throat. Feel the energy move. It could be instantaneously. The high heart, you feel the energy move, thymus to the heart. Feel it move. Solar plexus, feel it move to the sacral. And that's how it's done. You just bypass the root. But then you go down and you touch, each hand you touch both of your toes. You grab a hold of your toes, your feet, till you feel the energy move. Then you cross it over and you do the opposite. Touch those toes. You're going to feel the energy move. And that's polarity shift. Left, right, right, left. Then you go, the last move is you go to your root and you go to crown. You slowly bring your arms out. You're fulfilling your aura, all this energy that's balanced now. Out to the wide, you can bring it all the way down and around to the root and to the crown, out the opposite. Bring it up halfway. Bringing it in to the heart very slowly. Namaste. We're going to end it there. Many blessings. Much love. Getting wet. I don't want my equipment getting any more wet. Thank you to the Sacred Fire. Thank you to the east, south, west, north, heavens and earth. To the guides, teachers, masters. Love to all beings. Love to God. Love to the self. Love to the children.